Hello Year 7s. Well, it's the summer term and a new rotation, and we're going to do a new project, and it's a project based in a very famous piece of artwork that comes from a village just near us in Corby Glen, and that village is called Irnham. And in there is a very famous book that was commissioned a long time ago, and in the file on Show My Homework I've given you lots of links where you can see the original of this book, which is now kept in a special place in the British Library in London, really safely because it's so valuable. And in this very ancient book, all of the pictures inside, what we now call illustrations, and were then called illuminations, are hand drawn. Now there's a blurring between the text, which is written in an old language, Latin, and the pictures, the illuminations, where sometimes the letters and the pictures are the same thing, and they're called the illuminated letters. And I'm going to give you more information as we go on about illuminated letters, but the practical part of today's lesson is to try and start to make one. And so what we need here is our compass and pencil and a ruler, and we're going to make a big illuminated letter. You can do any letter you like, but it's probably best or a good idea if you do one from your own name. And my name, beginning with A, it's not Mr. my first name, but my first name begins with A. And so I'm going to make a big A. You might wonder why I've got the compasses here, and this is a good idea if you're going to make some nice shapes. So this is what I'm going to do here. I'm going to make my top of my A a bit curvy like that, and the bottom maybe a bit like that. And I've got the rough shape of my great big A. And in it, I'm going to put lots of the things I like, and that's what I want you to do too. So, what do I like? Well, you've heard me talking about how much I like to be out walking my dogs. And my dogs look like medieval dogs, actually. They're very long and very runny. They love to run, and they're called whippets. So I'm going to make up a running dog and have him running up my A. Here he is. One of my dogs is called Zippy. He's the fastest one. And we call him Zippy because he zips along. And so I'm going to have him running up this side of my A. But you don't have to do this, of course. You can choose anything you want. If you were really keen on, let's say, football, you could have a footballer and balls and goalposts and all of the other things associated with football. Or if you were really into, I don't know, gardening and flowers and nature, you could have all sorts of things like snails and all of the lovely flowers, all of the things to do with being outside, the sunshine. And we're going to fill this interior part of the illuminated letter. Let's start to use the right vocabulary, the illumination. We're going to fill it with all of the nice things. Now, having watched the video that I've given you, and having looked at the PowerPoint, and having started to do this and fill in the drawing, that might take most of the art time that we have this week, but you're welcome to start colouring. But the next video I will post, all of this will be filled full of lovely things to do with outside and the dogs, and he might be chasing a rabbit or something, and there might be trees and things in here. And then I'm going to tell you next time about how we start colouring. So if you get to this stage with it all drawn in, I'll be very happy, and even if you start to colour, that's fine too. Okay everybody, stay safe.